Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome to a bonus episode of Let's Play Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Here we're going to be looking at the fishing in this game because in the Let's Play itself I said I will not be doing the fishing because it would just take too long and there really isn't no reward for it. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what you get for fishing. I'm on a 100% save file right now that has the fishing all complete. And you have two packages to go ahead and do. You can go alone, you can hire a guide. We saw how the guide works, so I'm going to go ahead and just do this alone. With the guide, I don't really think you get all that much to it. She kind of helps you out along the way a little more, with maybe some information, but I usually never use the guide if I do fish. But here we are, we're fishing, hooray! We've really only done this in the Let's Play itself just to get a heart piece, but this is a whole entire little game on its own, technically, because you can go ahead, pull out your rod here, and go fishing, technically. And the Wii version is kind of wonky at times, because it doesn't work 100% of the time, but pretty much just throw your line out there, you reel it in with the nunchuck, and you pretty much just wait for anything to grab it. As you see, there's nothing really here right now. I just want to at least try to see if I can find anything, but there really isn't much here. But go ahead and check. If you've done the fishing, you can actually check all your different lures. And there's actually a lot of different lures that you can get here. I'm not really gonna explain like all the different lures you can actually get, but let's see, what do we got here? We have, this is the normal lure you start out with. Doesn't really help you catch all that many fish. Then you have a frog lure, which is pretty much good for any kind of bass fish. And then you have the sinking lure, which technically it's forbidden to use, but it's the most useful one out of them all. You got the spinner lure. This kind of has like a siren to it, so I think it helps propel in those nervous fish. I never really know, I never use it. The popper lure, great for big fish in deep water, and that's pretty much it. Sinking lure is pretty much how it worked in the Ocarina of Time fishing, where it's illegal to use, but if you get it, it's the best lure to use because you can catch pretty much any fish. And since I'm not really doing this to catch fish, I'm just doing this to show off how the fishing works. I don't really care if I'm cheating or not because I just want to show how fishing works in this game. I'm not really trying to go for all these different fish. Alright, come on now, raise it. It's kind of awkward to get this thing to raise. I'm throwing the Wiimote right behind me and still nothing. Since you know that this game is a launch style, you know how wonky this is, and I can't get it to work. And I don't even know how it just cast it there. I mean, that was just weird to me, but okay. Works for me. So there you go. You want to go ahead and set your hook as soon as a fish grabs on like that. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to catch the thing. But there you go. Just got to wait for it. Reel it in a little bit. Hey, come on. Grab it. I want to show how you actually catch a fish in this game. Come on. There you go. Got it. So as soon as you get a fish, you want to reel in your rod like mad using the nunchuck. Keep on pulling in different directions, but your fish can break off the line like that. If the fish jumps, you need to pull the rod back, and you got to give it some slack. Otherwise, they will break off the line. And unfortunately, that's what happened to me. So I kind of want to catch one of these fish just to show what happens when you catch one, even though it's like, hey, look, you got a fish, and that's it. But also, since we're using an illegal lure, we can't technically use this one to go ahead and actually catch these fish to keep. I just want to show the dialogue that you get, too, for bringing one of these back, using the sinking lure, like she really knows, right? When one fish gets near you, you want to go ahead, press both the A and B at the same time to grab it, and there you go. That's pretty much the fishing in a nutshell. And now with that all said, let's just go ahead, call it quits. And that's really all I wanted to cover with the fishing. But before we end this bonus episode, there's another thing I want to look at actually inside the fishing house here. But let's see what she says from catching a fish with an illegal lure. Nothing. So I catch it with a lure you're not allowed to use, and she pretty much just makes it like, oh hey, you're allowed to use that. That's kind of weird. But this here, I accidentally looked at this in the actual Let's Play itself, but now I'm actually going to do this. This is a little mini game here. Roll goal. And right now it's on level 2-1 apparently. I didn't want it to be on 2-1, I wanted it to be on 1-1, but it doesn't really matter. You understand the rules, so let's roll. So pretty much here, this is one of the later levels, but I'm just going to show it anyways. But the controls in this game are very awkward. If you're playing the GameCube version, you guys are lucky because the GameCube version, you use the joystick to move, but in the Wii version, you need to tilt the Wiimote to do this. And this was before Wii Motion Plus, so motion control for this is extremely awkward, and it's really hard to pull off this minigame. I really don't know what you get for this, but it's here in case you want to play it. It's extremely difficult to do this in the Wii version because of how unresponsive the control is. I can't even make the first turn. I'm going to try one more time. If I fail, then I fail. Doesn't matter. Alright, come on. It's extremely awkward. I'm holding the Wiimote right now. It's the most awkward way. And oh, jeez. That is just terribly bad. Okay, come on. Yeah, there you go. A little more twitch. A little more twitch that way. I don't want to go too fast because I know this thing will roll off the side in an instant. Come on. Oh, give me a heart attack, why don't you? And there you go. Fail. I'm not trying that again. I got very close, but that's how it works. If you make it to the end, you win. But the game is extremely difficult on the Wii version because of that fact that Wiimote not good enough for this yet. It wasn't until Wii Motion Plus where you tilt it around in certain directions and it actually follows your movements. But there you go. That's pretty much all that is left in the game to show because I've showed everything else. You can go ahead and fish technically on your own in the game, and you collect the fishing journal here, which gets you all these different fish. But really, there's no point in doing it because you don't really get any kind of true reward for fishing. It's nice to do as a little side thing if you feel bored in the game. In fact, since this is one of my first Wii games, I went ahead and fished here actually quite a lot after I beat the game because I did like the fishing controls at first, but after playing this for years, realizing that these controls are pretty awkward at times, that I wouldn't really come back to this fishing game much at all anymore. It's here if you guys want to try it out, but it doesn't work sometimes because of motion control, but it's still kind of fun at times. Just for 100%'s sake, this is pretty much pointless. But that's really all I wanted to cover. There really isn't anything else in the game that I haven't really shown, so that's pretty much going to do it for all the bonus episodes and this bonus episode of Twilight Princess. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this. Hope you guys enjoyed the Let's Play, like I said in the finale. And with that, I'll see you guys next time.